Hello people, in this video we want to look at this topic ptosis. P is silent here, so remember it is ptosis. What is ptosis? So here you can see an image where the eye is open and here kind of the upper eyelid is droopy, right? So that is ptosis. Ptosis is the abnormal drooping of the upper eyelid, okay, that is called as ptosis. So remember here, ptosis they are using only for upper eyelid, okay? You can see here in this image also that it is droopy. Normally, how is it? Let's see the normal. Normally, the upper lid covers about upper 1/6 of the cornea. That is about 2 millimeter it will cover. Is it true? So here you can see, yes, the upper eyelid is slightly covering the upper part of the cornea. 2 millimeter of that much, if it covers, it is fine on the upper side. But if it covers more than that, then that is called as ptosis. Okay. So there are many types of ptosis. You have congenital and acquired. Under acquired, you have neurogenic, myogenic, aponeurotic, mechanical. Okay. So there are 4 types under acquired. Under congenital also there are types. Don't worry, we can learn them also. So this shows a congenital ptosis and this shows acquired ptosis, means to say that the person was fine before and is not fine now, acquired condition. So let us look at the congenital ptosis, guys. Congenital ptosis is associated with congenital weakness, maldevelopment of what? Of the levator palpebrae superioris of the LPS muscle. So the upper eyelid, you have this LPS muscle, right? There is some problem with this muscle, maldevelopment. So here's your eyeball and here's your eyelid. So the maldevelopment or the congenital weakness of this muscle will cause congenital ptosis. In congenital ptosis, they are blaming which muscle? Levator palpebrae superioris. Okay. What are the features of congenital ptosis? In congenital ptosis, the features are drooping of both or one of the upper eyelids, obviously, and this will be since birth, yes. And this can be either mild, moderate, severe. Come on, yes, we know that. Lid crease is either diminished or absent. Lid crease is diminished or absent. Okay, all these are congenital ptosis, by the way. So the person looks older. These are all congenital ptosis according to the textbook. Congenital ptosis, simple. This is simple, it seems. And this is blepharohymosis. Blepharo, if you leave the P as silent, hymosis, is it? Ophthalmosis, or you take it as ophthalmosis. Blepharoophthalmosis syndrome. Let's look at what this is. So what did we see? Lid crease is either diminished or absent. Lid lag on down gaze. Here the ptotic lid is higher than normal. So the ptotic lid is higher than normal in what? In congenital ptosis, the ptotic lid, which could be this one in this case, the ptotic lid will be higher than normal even in down gaze. But in acquired ptosis, the ptotic lid will be lower, okay, than the normal also. So even in down gaze, the ptotic lid is higher. So it means to say that it remains higher even in down gaze. Okay. LPS function may be poor, fair, or good depending on the degree of weakness. Okay, so congenital ptosis, there are types like we told you, right? So now we are moving on to this. So we have looked at congenital ptosis. What did we look at? The features, right? Individual features, lid lag, then ptosis. What else we saw? Lid crease is diminished or absent. Some ptotic lid is higher than normal in down gaze. LPS function may be poor, fair, etc. Now let us see associated features. Associated features means there are some more features associated with this congenital ptosis. Simple congenital ptosis means that it is not associated with anything else, like this lady here, simple congenital ptosis. Congenital ptosis with associated weakness of the superior rectus muscle. So add one superior rectus muscle weakness also. Then blepharoophthalmosis syndrome, that is this one, where you are seeing that there is congenital ptosis plus blepharoophthalmosis, telecanthus and epicanthus inversus. So epicanthus inversus, telecanthus, blepharoophthalmus, what is all this? This is underdeveloped eyelid, they are saying. Blepharoophthalmus is underdeveloped eyelid, isn't it? That's what they are saying. What is telecanthus? Telecanthus? Telecanthus is increased distance between the inner corners of the eyelid. Increased distance between the inner canthus of the inner corners of the eyelids. So do you see that here? Telecanthus, yes, this seems to be a little closer and this seems to be wide apart. Yes, it does looks like that. Then that's telecanthus. Then they're saying epicanthus inversus. Epicanthus, we know what it is, right? There is some epicanthal fold, something like that. That means that medial canthus, right? There will be a semilunar fold of skin. So here it will be inversus. Okay. So that is blepharoephimosis syndrome. Then you have congenital synkinetic ptosis. Guys, we have one more here, one more type with the associated features. That is congenital synkinetic ptosis or Marcus Gunn jaw winking ptosis. In this condition, what happens? See, this is synkinetic ptosis, guys. Congenital synkinetic ptosis, Marcus Gunn jaw winking ptosis. Remember, there is Marcus Gunn pupil separate. That is a different thing. Here, Marcus Gunn jaw winking ptosis. This is here. What happens when the jaw moves? That time, see, when the jaw moves, like when he's eating, that time the ptotic lid becomes fine. See, there's ptosis here, but when he moves his jaw, there is retraction of the ptosis lid. So moving the jaw is opening his eyes, kind of a thing. But here it looks a little lower, isn't it? But that is what they are saying. The retraction of the ptotic lid with jaw movements, which is a good thing, right? The ptosis goes away when he moves his jaw. That is what happens when you move the jaw. There is stimulation of the ipsilateral pterygoid muscle. So the ipsilateral means this side, right? So here the pterygoid muscle. So there is stimulation. So there is retraction of the ptotic lid with jaw movement. This is Marcus Gunn jaw winking ptosis. So whenever this guy moves his jaw, he's kind of winking, kind of a thing, is it? Congenital synkinetic ptosis, Marcus Gunn jaw winking ptosis. We are done with 4 things. We are done with here. One was simple. The other one was congenital ptosis with superior rectus involvement. Then you have this blepharoephimosis, which has this telecanthus, epicanthus inversus, etc. And then you have this underdeveloped eyelid here. That is the word here. Blepharoephimosis is this underdeveloped eyelid. Then this one is Marcus Gunn jaw winking ptosis. That is congenital synkinetic ptosis, because when he moves his jaw, the ipsilateral, the same side pterygoid muscle is stimulated, and then there is retraction of the ptosis. We are done with congenital ptosis. Next, we will move on to acquired ptosis. Let us just look ahead and see what more is there, okay, in ptosis. So you have acquired ptosis, under which you have neurogenic, myogenic, aponeurotic, and mechanical. So you have to read neurogenic, then you have to read acquired, myogenic, then aponeurotic, then mechanical. All this you have to remember. Then how will you evaluate a person who has, what are we reading? Ptosis. Yes, how will you evaluate whether he has ptosis? You have to measure, right? 2 millimeter, more than 2 millimeter, etc., etc. Then how will you measure all that same thing? They're telling here, measure. And then after measuring, you have to treat, right? So treatment comes long after. Oh my God. Okay. Treatment, there is a table here. So you will have to decide based on what? Based on what you have some Fasanella Servat operation, levator resection operation, you have surgery, levator resection, frontalis suspension. So many surgery operation options are there. We have to look at them. Then we have to look at the treatment for congenital ptosis. Then we have to look at levator resection. Then we have to look at what is this fascia lata lid suspension, some levator resection, frontalis sling operation. All this we have to look at. This one is myasthenia gravis. So they will try to do conservative treatment, etc. Then they will try surgical, looks like. So we need to look at all these guys. So in this video, we have finished till congenital ptosis. Next video, we will continue with acquired ptosis. What do you say? Take a break and come back. Okay. Bye-bye.